All right, everybody, we want to thank you for joining us live on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. We're also live on Citizen at this time. We wanted to bring you up to speed on a shooting, a fatal shooting that happened overnight here in Guadalupe. What we know so far is that they are looking currently for a white Chevy Tahoe, license plate number WHA60G. Last seen and spotted in Mesa at South Dobson Road and West Southern Avenue. Again, this shooting, a fatal one, happening overnight here in Guadalupe. And as we understand it, they are still searching for the white Chevy Tahoe in question. If you see this vehicle, you are urged to call 911 and obviously stay away. They are considered armed and dangerous. And again, we are here in Guadalupe, and a fatal shooting just down the street from where we're at. We appreciate everybody joining us. If you do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. We're on Facebook, YouTube, X, as well as Citizen. So, obviously, still an active situation here. A number of police still on scene. The entire block is closed off. And the street in question is Calle Iglesia. We're not sure of the exact address, but we can tell you this is a fatal shooting. Again, police searching at this time for a white Chevy Tahoe, license plate number WHA60G. If you see this vehicle, which was last seen in Mesa at South Dobson Road and West Southern Avenue, you're urged to call 911. Please do not approach. They are armed and dangerous. Again, wanted for this fatal shooting here in Guadalupe, right off of Calle Iglesia. My apologies. Still an active police scene here. A number of units, detectives, all still on scene here. So anybody living on that block, we can tell you that that is exactly what's going on as you wake up this morning. We did speak to somebody who was walking by saying that they heard gunshots at around 3 a.m., a number of them ringing out, most likely in relation to this fatal shooting here overnight. Again, we can tell you that this is an extremely active scene still. We have a number of units still arriving. So if you're in the area, do us a favor, like, share, subscribe, share this out to anyone you know to avoid this area at this time. Again, they are still searching for an active shooter. I apologize, not an active shooter, a shooter that is wanted in this fatal shooting overnight. So if you see a white Chevy Tahoe with the license plate number that we just mentioned just a few minutes ago, you're urged to call 911 and avoid any contact with them. Once again, we truly appreciate everybody joining us. We are live here in Guadalupe. Again, we're off of Calle Iglesia. Hopefully I'm saying that name right. My Spanish is not the greatest, but again, on a serious note, they're searching for a white Chevy Tahoe, last seen in Mesa. Obviously armed and dangerous. You're urged to call 911 if you see this vehicle, even if you see it parked or ditched somewhere on the side of the road. Again, a white Chevy Tahoe, license plate WHA 60G, and they are again wanted in a fatal shooting here at this home off of Cali Iglesia. Once again, we are live Valleywide News on Facebook, YouTube, and X, as well as Citizen, and we truly appreciate everybody joining us. As you can see, police walking towards where this investigation is taking place. A number of Maricopa County Sheriff's Office on scene here. We can see that in the middle of this block is where there's two sections roped off. So not exactly sure whether it happened at home or at the park across the street, but we can tell you that this scene remains very active. Again, the search for a white Chevy Tahoe underway this morning, last seen in Mesa, off of Dobson Road and Southern. So if you see this vehicle, even if it's just parked off to the side with nobody in it, you're urged to call police and report it as soon as possible. Again, fatal overnight shooting here in Guadalupe, and the search underway at this time. We appreciate everybody joining us on Citizen. If you do us a favor, we're independent media. We'd love for you to go on over to our YouTube channel or Facebook or X, wherever you consume your social media. Like, share, and subscribe. We truly appreciate it, and it's the best way to support independent media. For those of you joining us on Citizen, we are going to go ahead and cut our live stream on our Citizen channel. Do us a favor, please go over to YouTube. We're still live there, and we will be for quite some time, at least 20 to 30 more minutes. Do us a favor, subscribe on our YouTube channel. You'll get notified anytime we go live here in Arizona, breaking news and also events. Again, we're going to cut our stream here on our Citizen channel. Please, Facebook, YouTube, or X. We'd appreciate you jumping over there. We are still live. All right, those of you still with us on our Facebook, YouTube, and X, we truly appreciate it. Again, we are live here in Guadalupe on the scene of a fatal overnight shooting. Police still searching for a suspect or suspects of a Chevy Tahoe. And I'll get you the license plate in just a few minutes, in a minute here rather. We can tell you that the white Chevy Tahoe was last seen in Mesa around the South Dobson Road and Southern Avenue location. If you see this vehicle, even if it's abandoned off to the side of the road, you're urged to call police and report it. They are looking for a white Chevy Tahoe license plate number WHA60G. That's WHA60G, involved in a fatal shooting here overnight at around 3 a.m., according to witnesses here in Guadalupe. Once again, if you see this vehicle or see it occupied by anyone, you're urged to call 911. Do not approach, obviously, armed and dangerous in this fatal overnight shooting. We truly appreciate everybody joining us. Once again, Valleywide News, breaking news here, happening overnight at around 3 a.m. in Guadalupe. A fatal overnight shooting. Police still on the hunt for a white Chevy Tahoe, last seen in Mesa. Do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Those of you coming over from Citizen, we appreciate it. If you can subscribe, follow us on Facebook, and subscribe on X, we truly appreciate it. We are independent media, and this is the best way for you to support us. So once again, those of you living in this area, we can tell you that this block will be closed off for quite some time. It looks like police are setting up a little temporary tent, likely, so that they can continue the investigation here. Once again, a fatal shooting overnight here in Guadalupe. A lot of people waking up to see a number of Maricopa County sheriffs on scene here. We can tell you that they're still currently on the search for, on the hunt rather, for a white Chevy Tahoe, last seen in Mesa at Dobson Road and Southern. You're urged to call 911 if you see this vehicle, even if it is abandoned on the side of the road, and report it. Once again, we truly appreciate everybody joining us. Breaking news happening overnight. This approximately 3 a.m., give or take. We're not sure exactly of the time, but we can tell you that we've had 2 people say that they heard a number of gunshots at around that time overnight, likely involved in this fatal shooting. Shooting. So just to bring everybody up to speed, we will be here for approximately 5 to 10 more minutes live. Once again, on the scene, fatal overnight shooting, police searching for a white Chevy Tahoe, last seen on Dobson Road in Southern in Mesa. If you see this vehicle, abandoned or not, you're urged to call police and report it as soon as possible. Obviously considered armed and dangerous. And again, on this street, a fatal shooting occurring overnight at approximately 3 a.m. according to witnesses, two at least that we spoke to, saying that they heard a number of gunshots at around that time. Again, Maricopa County Sheriff on the scene here, a number of investigators, and this street completely closed off. All right, everybody joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and X. We are Valleywide News with breaking news here happening overnight. A fatal shooting in Guadalupe. Police on the hunt for a white Chevy Tahoe, license plate number WHA 60G. Police searching for this suspect or suspects involved in this fatal shooting overnight. Last seen in Mesa at South Dobson Road and West Southern Avenue.
You guys know what happened?
All that we have is somewhere down there. Fatal shooting overnight. All right, everybody. That was a little sad interaction there. We just had a gentleman and his girlfriend or wife just coming up to speak to us and letting us know that it was their cousin who was fatally shot overnight. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers goes out to whoever was involved and the victim here, their family. Obviously, a tragic situation happening again overnight. Fatal shooting here in Guadalupe. Police on the hunt for a white Chevy Tahoe. They did give a approximate year. Let me just double check this. It's a 2022, so a newer model Chevy Tahoe with a license plate WHA 60G. Again, if you see this vehicle abandoned, parked anywhere, you're urged to call police and report it as soon as possible. Again, very sad situation. And again, one person, a couple actually came by and said that it was their cousin who was fatally shot overnight. Again, our thoughts and prayers are with that family. Obviously a tragic situation. And we hope that they find the suspect or suspects involved in the shooting. We can tell you that they are searching once again. I just want to repeat it. Those of you in Mesa area, again, last seen in Mesa at South Dobson Road and West Southern Avenue, searching for a white Chevy Tahoe 2022, license plate number WHA 60G, as in good. Again, fatal shooting overnight. Two people just coming up saying it was their cousin who was shot and fatally killed. Again, a horrible situation, and we hope that they find that vehicle and the suspects are apprehended as soon as possible. Obviously, if you're anywhere and you see this vehicle, you're urged to call 911 and report it as soon as possible in the hopes of getting these suspects in custody as soon as possible, obviously armed and dangerous. Somebody got fatal shooting. So again, everyone, a number of family members, it looks like, of the victim here arriving on scene. Extremely sad situation, fatal, again, shooting overnight at approximately 3 a.m. We only say the 3 a.m. time because several, at least two so far, said that they heard a number of gunshots at around the 3 a.m. timeline. And we can tell you that Maricopa County sheriffs, a number of them, investigators, detectives, and crime scene, are still here. And the search still on for a 2022 white Chevy Tahoe, last seen in Mesa off of Dobson Road and Southern. If you see this vehicle abandoned or otherwise, or occupied, please do us a favor and call 911 and report it as soon as possible so that they can apprehend and get this suspect or suspects in custody. Once again, thank you everyone for joining us. We're going to go ahead and end our broadcast here. We appreciate everybody's support. Valleywide News, breaking news and events here and across the valley in Arizona. Thank you to everyone joining us.